Oh, it's August 22nd. 'Tis the season for the narcissist's side, the part of the organism that lives in fantasy regarding just about everything. Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, the movements that we are going through, especially this day and age, with our technological base and the way it has been trying to inform us, it wouldn't be such a harm. There's a non-human backdrop of the narcissist, and they all think they know perfectly well what's going on. And so, but when we get this technological base here that says, in fact, maybe you should kind of wipe the sleep out of your eyes, and just really, but no, really, because really, are you really thinking that this is for watching car commercials? And then now you're going to talk about your families and take shit-faced fucking selfies and um, push your kids into it without even their consent, and you don't even know, right? I mean, the way that they're saying and the way that you understand what's going on with all of the surveillance and everything, and it's like they're using your own opportunity against you. Really, it's the opportunity that the sky gives. Let's get back to that, man. Did you ever get into outer space yet? Just beyond the nose. And all of this information, what's information, includes my empty water bottle right here. It's interesting. All the floaty things out there in outer space and the sky that you are encountering. If you're a narcissist, you're like, what is she talking about? And it's like, if you're a human being, I'm leaning towards you. Hi, Christ, is that you? What are you doing? Hi, girl, are you still there? Yeah, I'm fucking still here. Can you believe it? You're trying to fucking knock me down and talk shit, bitch. I'm fine. There's only so much time here, and I'm going to be funnier and funnier to me, at least. I'm going to make sure I laugh through it. You know you're on the right track, though, when you can pull that off. Around them, they don't have a sense of humor. Boy, babes, their sense of humor comes out of, oh, you can see it when you're up close and personal. It happens on the movies over there. Just turn it on Channel 9 series at 5 o'clock. Your entire culture is fucking steaming with spiritual possession and people fucking doing things underhandedly with their fucking eyes crossed out, and the human beings like, did I just see that? No, no, are you okay? Something wrong with you. Let's take you over to get mentally evaluated and everything. Can you count from 100 to 0 backwards using 3 interval? Such as, like 10, 7, 5, if at all, if that was right. God, what are you up to? What's your practice again? Oh, you're making money over there. Bleh. What's hooked into that? Do we have the Epstein files open still? Yeah, they're doing transparency, their best security. Took it right from you. You got a watch going on, you don't even know what time it is. Okay, so they need warrants to do all of that stuff? If they're here to tell the court of law something. Yeah, they have to prove that they're there first. You know what I'm saying? They can't just fucking pop in and say, well, what are you doing? It's like, excuse me, but what the fuck are you doing? And how did you end up here? Is there a conversation that we're supposed to have? I would, sure, because at first I put an exclamation point on it, and you guys don't seem to like basic, like newborn expression. What I mean is just something has come up, like fresh as a daisy, and now we're going to express ourselves. Ouchie boochie, or yeah, that's a great idea. I don't know. These narcissists want the courthouse and everybody to believe that everything is coming out of nowhere. Okay, that is fucking justified if they could be identified positively as not being there at all. Technically has to wake up. They are a running program that they have to turn on the TV set to look at people that know how to channel real life stuff, like emotion and stuff. We can turn it on and off, perhaps. The narcissist doesn't have any emotional regulation within, and they want to cause that within you. They know that you are a magical man, and they know that you can use your expressions to get shit done because you're purposefully moving. You have confidence, and they look at that and they want to knock it down because they have been knocked down. You can't take that personally, babe. You just kind of you notice the chihuahuas nipping at your heels, or it's just there's that low life quality out there, babes. And then now this is where I'm fucking telling people, especially you women, sorry. This is about your organism, isn't it? Sorry. It's a really controversial subject matter why I keep bringing this up, and that's why I'm getting no food or likes or even a $5 fucking coffee. You see me, the Aries, which is a part of the organism that is. Do I have to keep reminding you to use your capitals and stay in contact with your intellectual property that way? I guess so. I'm sorry. I'm trying to battle it. I'm doing 3D battle now. Oh, it's so fucking amazing, right? You get really close to your life's mission, your real purpose. You're going to fucking open up and say, God, I figured out what social media is for. Yes, we have to identify ourselves as human beings and have a sense of humor about it. Talk about he, she. The hearts. Here. Here. You want me to get out my chalkboard? I will. Out of all the things that Donald Trump is doing over there to distract us over. Oh, fuck. We don't have much time now, man, because they know that we have contacted the ETs by way of that they communicated here. Yeah, I did it. I cracked the code on my iPhone and then and they're like, okay, but see, they'll never tell you. They'll never ever tell you. Even though there's this huge fucking technological situation, the big cube over there that's collecting all of our information since the first blip of files going in by these old women that would almost volunteer to do so in the places where they log in, either anywhere from educational records to let's do a volunteer count of bodies on the natural disaster that happened, just recently. This stuff is just like Project Paperclip trying to run itself here over the entire modern day population, like China is encroaching or something. And how could that be? How are they doing that? There's so many fucking people, but now look at their infrastructure and the things that they're doing. You don't even, I mean, we don't see it, right? Just like we don't see what Arabia is up to. We don't know what Iran, Iraq have been doing. We really don't. Like, what was that guy's name? Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi. Um, he was building the eighth wonder of the world out of the wealth that he accumulated. What it is who is it? Just whoever has the most oil. They have the oil wells that are endless supply of oil, and then there's also the endless supply of water that some peoples are taking. They're trying to steal it from the entire populace, and create and control shortages and stuff like that, and then the prices and stuff. That's what they're doing. See, otherwise, these people hold intellectual property, which is those things that you need. It's the extraterrestrials of the East. And then there's extraterrestrials of the West, and then there's extraterrestrials of the North, and there's extraterrestrials of the South. And they all are here to combine their intellectual capability, which is, you bet it's programming. It's just one planet that has this resource, and it is the very organism itself, babes, harboring uh, the knowledge and its perception, and then mining out. How do you like this video? It's 4:41 in the morning, and a lot is going on in my life looking at certain thing that I'm handling. It's like, whoa, okay, narcissists, they are very dangerous because they are non-self-reflecting. So they're going to get you in a quagmire of just, it's just you they're getting in trouble. That's pretty much it. They don't hold themselves accountable or responsible or even look at if they're stepping on somebody's toes, if there's a subject matter they need to learn that's other than what they have been, uh, basically, I want to use the word colonized in their heads, right? That's a big word that psychologists use about narcissists and their method of brainwashing and stuff inside of people's head because they're establishing a place to live pretty much in other people, in their minds and stuff. Well, it keeps them giving them what they need, which is an outer source of validation that is very surface. It's like unreal because you have to, by their image that they try to set up, which is the false image, the fake self, which is the narcissist. And they are deeply afraid of people like me who have the ability to heal and get better from pain that is felt, say, from looking at your own shadow and just admitting maybe you made a mistake. And we're not falling and flying off the face of the earth with the conflicts that we have, and we have to separate ourselves out however it happens. They usually instigating the distance and their desired connection, which is hatred and all that shit. Seeking to corrupt you from the very beginning. They see it afar and they're like, well, this person is pretty pure, man. Their responses are coming from a good place. But I bet you they're insecure as fuck. Because look at them. And they try to look. They look for vulnerability. They look for weaknesses. They want to see that there's a human being there still. Waiting to be damaged, huh? You know what? That needs to fucking end, you fucking people. Please. You see, the thing about the narcissist is that they don't know that they're operating from a horror. See, they just don't even know. Some of them, not all of them, some of them are completely non-self-reflecting. They couldn't make it through this kind of video or any kind of subject matter that doesn't that requires you to have a focus beyond the level of a toddler, which is not able to fucking understand anything because they haven't had any experiences yet. And the thing is about your narcissist is that they're not reality oriented, so they're not having a right relationship with the truth or reality. Therefore, see, they're not having the right experiences. You'll see their version. Their kids have a problem right away because of it. It's good water. I drink a lot of it. Thanks for listening to this. The main point of it is just to say, well, here's the update. Here I am going through more and more realization and the enshroudment, though, that your narcissist really can be on your perception, your mind. Like I said, the colonist. Psychologists use that a lot. They akin it to a hornet. They turn you into, see, they are a hornet coming out of a hornet's nest, and they're very resentful, they're vigorous, they are disguising themselves as honeybees, yeah, and so, but they see a hornet, I don't know, some of them, just look at it, they hollow out their prey or something, and then they jump in and they be inside of it, and it's like, it's horrible because they cannot do that unless you are vulnerable, but really you're down somehow. It's not so much that you're vulnerable because when you do um, get healthy enough, you know that vulnerability is a human thing that makes you happier when you dare be vulnerable. And so, but then with that also, so you have the confidence making yourself vulnerable, you understand and you probably have a good faculty, good intuition to where you know how to beat back the chihuahuas that come. Like, what I mean is the narcissists that question, they want to make you question your ground, you know. And they want to give you no ground. They just want to continually make you feel unstable. I mean, the only way that we can disarm them or like really put them into a place of, I guess it's called injury, which we don't want to do this, but they can seem merciless in their efforts to undermine and keep us separated from our best possibility in self, and even the possibility of like even having that healthy relationship that why the fuck are they there in the first place? You know what I mean, right? Like, okay, so did you get hit by one that said, finally I get to have a situationship with you? Because you needed and wanted something. And they turn you into, it's really tough. They turn you into the symptoms of a narcissist for sure, because narcissists hate having to rely on somebody for anything, especially like, say, if they don't know and you have to tell them something. I don't know, something like that. Like you're going to show them something. Oh, how dare you? They already know. They learned it at school or something. And you're like, oh, okay. But there's other things to learn. I mean, really? Can you learn everything at school? The answer is no. Even turning a screw, babes, you have to have a knack for it. Do they ever? I mean, not every situation is going to be taught in school and is the same. Never, ever. What the hell is that? Okay, so we're talking about getting an education to build rockets and everything. That's the wrong thing to do. There's an education to learn how what free gravity is, and maybe how to interstellar space travel using your light body. Just go to sleep at night and make sure that that's all protected. Your real capacity here as a human being. Yeah, because there's non-human entities and there's human entities. Human entities will tell you, oh my God, you are capable of so much more than you know. We really don't know what we're looking at here. Why do we believe the historian over there? Don't you think on your own? We can't even think that far. And you just been told something? That's fucking amazing. You don't even know what you're looking at driving over a ruins site that is fucking 1 or 2 miles high and calling it a mountain. And all these trees are on here, and you think, what, they're ancient forest? No, that forest right there is hardly 135 years old. They harvested the trees to make a city and crap, and it's all burnt it down already. And then those trees are planted by, this whole forest is hand planted. Wake up. That's the truth. My cat is about to stop this. She's attacking the mouse over there. Oh, she dropped it. Surprised we're still on the air. She does try to help out. She likes to play with crystals. Here, let me give her a crystal. She says, what, me? Yes, you. Oh, she loved that. No, she loved that. So anyway, you guys, the narcissist can get in the way of everything that you need um, to be connected to start uh, to keep running. And see, you have to like start your brain up away from them, because somehow they got to you. Really, you should analyze like, well, um, what state were you in your mind where you thought you needed that person there, like you had a need? And I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. See, we have needs in our life, of course. Like, what did you want something? It's horrible. It's the worst human experience. It's the worst experience because they're like, oh yeah, you want that, huh? You need that, huh? And then, yeah, so if it's actual human connection and a relationship, well, of course, babes, that's where they are like, ah, what's that? What's a human connection? Babes, that's where you have no idea what's going on around you. That there's people that pose as having accomplished love, and they get married and they have kids. You hear more about family than anything. I say families sure do need friends. At this point, I think a long time ago, I mean, what the fuck? Don't you know that it's possible to have friends within families? And that's the highest possible role that you could possibly become. Beyond all of those imagined roles as aunt, uncle, mom, dad, sister, brother, niece, nephew, grandma, uncle, whatever, priest, store clerk, doctor, teacher, each and everyone can simply become a really good friend of ours. Now, do you know what that is, babes? You're lucky you have one or two there. Then it's hard to hold it together here. Knock off all that role playing. Did you find somebody reliable enough to be a good witness in reality? Are they coherent there? Are they present? Yep. What's operating there? Is it an ego imagining a life to be? Does it make it to the false self world and it's like, you better, or I'm going to take away your resources? Well, that's your government also, babes. Don't take it personally. You're operating under their holographic spell. And what conducts that? Money. That's the money now, and they're trying to change it around. You notice how all of the different ways to, it's like, what do you, literally, there's a different money out there? Yeah, you have to build that, but you know what? It needs to be done based in unifying yourselves. You unify yourselves, babe. See, they have all that picture on the fucking dollar bill of the United States because they have to be honest as like dominator. They have to be honest. Well, our eyes are open and we're all connected in God we trust. Sorry, was that a lot of O's? A lot of O's, huh? Well, now it's good. If you have more than one O, usually it's good. This is it. You raise your vibrational frequency and you know that it comes from within and it taps without, babe. It does a little tap. Pop, pop. That's coherency. Now we're down to shaving a haircut 5 cents. $333 trillion. Shauna, what are you saying? Oh, I'm not going to holla. I'm showing you the decoding system, the way that you activate your iPhone. It's tough. I already did it. The unfortunate thing now, the Pope is asking you that you have to disarm AI now. They have to be honest. They're using the right language. But you don't know what AI is. Back to the beginning of the video. Or part of the video. What I've been saying for the last 30 videos. I kind of pop in there. You love your narcissism fucking subject matter. That's the original artificial intelligence, babes. Your 2 to 3 year olds that are pushed into that. It's just, this is a fucking merry-go-round, a Ferris wheel out here of a farmland. Big experiment happening, and it's a huge like maze to keep everybody distracted, really, because they are plucking and kidnapping and also farming. They're just straight up farming, like they are trying to get it normalized more and more. That's why it's transparent right now. What, Shauna? What do you mean? Oh, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to advertise for them, babes. But their interdimensional fucking whatever it is does not like me. And if you have that parasite in you, oh yeah. Think of that, this parasitical world that we do live in that we don't know, that we probably originate from it. You know what I mean? Like if you think of the sperm. Sperm looks like a little worm, right? And then there's an egg over there. It's an alive little nucleus kind of vibrating little thing, and it's all, if you really want to think about it, it's all parasitical. Isn't it? Like it's looking like a little, para means, look it up for me, and then there's sight. Please look at these two words that they've crammed together. And now your perception, what do you know about it unless you pull them apart and look at para, sight. Sight, yes. I-T-E, is not meaning like sight. It means like a literal, like a place. That site, that particular site. And then comes out of the word parallel. I think it means two. It means that you can see that there's two that are connected of the same. They have a relation to each other. I don't know. Thank you for going on a little word journey for me, babes. The more and more you don't understand and like open your mind and think and let it move you. I don't know what to tell you because now is the time. With Uranus in Gemini and then Libra, when Libra hits the scene. See, I'm a Libra hitting the scene, and Libras are amazing musical artists, but the human being itself, see, love can be any kind of artist that uses a medium to start to bring something not easily seen into the scene. Yeah, it's a non-physical vibrational frequency. Maybe God is real, maybe love is real. Okay, so try not to listen to mainstream too much. Meditate, fast. Don't trust the industrial foods. If you're going to do so much as eat an egg, make sure it's pasture raised chickens. Pasture raised, sorry. Just I want people to get a healthy body enough. I want you to, it's almost saying I want you to go through enough of that alteration, which is not very comfortable. You have to make yourself uncomfortable, but otherwise it's a different uncomfortable that, oh God in heaven, please don't numb yourself out and ignore that changes are needed and that we can all get better. People might be trying to get better around you. We are all kind of caught in in a web connected to each other. It's like, please, you know, disconnect from the narcissist paradigm, which wants you at a lower vibrational frequency. They want you to believe that you're that bad, that you're that bad off, that you have to be this experience that they have left you with of having just been handled by irresponsible people. You have to just move on. Test it. Test your environment. Always question beyond that feeling that they try to leave you with, which is them. It's horrible. It's a horrible hand-me-down. And that's where I'm saying, would you people kick back a bit and honor your organism? This means that, did you know, okay, so it brings me to the little suggestion, but I've heard it, so I'm going to repeat it. Hi, Christ, how am I doing? Keep going! Yeah, Christ or Jesus, whatever, God, you think you have something to worry about, are you doing good or not, loving people? Well, you get no merit loving your own children. There is nothing that you're doing there, no merit at all in heaven. If you want to get good merit in heaven with God, you love your neighbors in front of your children. Yeah, you love complete strangers. In fact, try and love your enemy right in front of your children. That means that you mercilessly stand up for the truth and what's right, because when you look at it in the higher courts of law, what's right for you happens to be right for everybody in the long run when you look at it, especially when it has to do with our well-beings, keeping sanctuary to maintain well-beings, stuff like that. This isn't letting colonists or the hornets fuck up the sanctuary and ruin a microcosm that is really important to maintain because, well, that's just the way the movie is. The movie is interesting like that, right? You've seen all of them, right? I don't watch them much, and then it's like, let's go see Avatar. That's the last time I was in a theater is to watch Avatar, I'm pretty sure. Or something like that. And of course it's like, oh god, this fairy tale fucking land. I love it the way they're hooking their hair up to their horses, their flying horses or whatever they were, and then they were all one with the trees were really big, it was an amazing setting, and then it turns into the regular old war movie and disappointment and just fucking here, let's just break your heart with environmental damage and interdimensional beings and coming in and say, wow, let's tinker with this fucking maze and or opportunity or just uh, something that's already happening and going, and then here comes the psychopath to do something different than what's in harmony there and attempting to maintain its consciousness and awareness and whatever. Aren't we tired of that fucking story and that constant, something is preying on that story. They like to tell that story um, and get you all steamed up. More like in perma sad. They are sadistic. They are sado people, sadomasochists, and they want your discomfort. And the culture is steaming with that. I don't want to talk about it more, but the cancers are man-made. The diseases are man-made. In the background, you have the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, other names too, but you've heard those names, right? They own electricity right now. It's just people that have been masterminding this culture on Earth, really trying to pull off a hell of a fucking shit. You have no idea, right? But anyway, here, particularly in the United States, this so-called illusion of progress, the modern day trash them up. Uh, they say this is what we'll do. We intend on making it so chaotic, full of detail after detail. We want people thrashing this way and that way. They do precisely a vibrational frequency thing. They want the vibrational frequency to get so impossible that it flies off the handle. And basically that's what you have with people's health, is that within them everybody's suffering some kind of nervous disorder or something, some kind of nerve ending thing. It's because it's of that fucking thrashing thing, going here and there and here and there. Oh, look at the freeways pulsating in and out. Some people just think they have to go now. That's fucking abuse. Sorry. Well, first of all, babes, it's not modern. It's not really technologically advanced. If you really rub your eyes and look at it, you have a mixture. Why are the phones so technologically advanced and amazing, but we're doing about yard work and stuff by hand, those tools and stuff, and we're just now. It's like, babe, there's a reason. See, this is an overlay. Your communications device is trying to offer you a way out of being ground up like a piece of meat in this world that requires such details of living. I can't seem to get rid of look at all the clutter in the background. I look at it, I'm like, okay, so that shelf right there, I need it. I have a Berenstein's Bear fucking book over there. Let me show it to you. Is there anything that you can see that has to do with the mandala effect? Because I don't know. I would get in on it with you, but see, because I never. It's been sitting on that shelf for at least 25 years, and see what I mean. See, because here I am living in my great grandpa's house, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, that thing needs to be dislodged." It's like, no, actually, I'm my own great grandpa. Why can't you just put a plaque out there and say, wow, we've never known anybody like this before. We don't know a kind of life like this. Fuck it. Try to fucking enshroud me with your stupid shit. But trouble with friends. Sorry. I'm not kind of just, oh, look at this. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Small book. Sister and brother bear who lived with their mama and papa in the big tree house down a sunny dirt road deep in the bear country were not only sister and brother, they were playmates and they got along pretty well most of the time. But brother was quite a lot older than sister, almost 2 years, and sometimes he wasn't much interested in the games she wanted to play, especially when sister got a little bossy, which she sometimes did. Can't make this shit up. Now, she said one day as she came out of the treehouse with a big armload of her dolls and stuffed animals, we're going to play tea party. You sit there and be the papa, and I'll sit here and be the mama. Ah, gee, sis, said brother, I'm too old to play tea party. Why, if cousin Freddie or any of the guys saw me, I'd never hear the end of it. Why don't you find somebody your own age to play tea party with? Besides, I have a date to go skateboarding with Freddie, and off he zoomed, leaving sister all by her lonesome. All right for you, she shouted. They're getting along now. Sorry, I have to give pictures for the friends. Oh dear, said Mama, who was watching from the treehouse window. There goes brother off to play with Freddie again. I do wish sister had somebody her own age to play with. What about her school friends? Asked Papa, joining her at the window. So sister has a problem with matching up her own age, but I think it's her own fucking intelligence level. They are, or maybe it is just a man-woman thing. Who knows? Maybe she needs some more girlfriends. I don't know. No, I think they're mixing something up right here. Let's go on. They all live too far away, said Mama, as she watched lonesome sister pick up her trusty jump rope and start jumping with a friendly frog. Soon a butterfly joined in. She has her forest friends, the frogs and the butterfly, to play with, said Papa. Frogs and butterflies are all very well, said Mama, but they're not the same as having a cub friend your own age. That's when Mama saw the moving truck out of the corner of her eye. Look, she said, a new family moving into the empty treehouse down the road. It certainly would be nice if they had a cub sister's age. They're looking for a cub that is sister's age. Sister saw the truck, too, and the car following it. Somebody moving into the empty treehouse, she said. I wonder if they have any cubs. And off she skipped down the road to investigate. She has her own autonomy. She's rolling, babe. The truck stopped at the empty house, and the moving bears began to unload it. The car pulled in behind the truck, and the new family got out. There was a mama, a papa, and a little girl cub, just about sister's age. Sister could hardly believe her good luck. Just what she needed, a little girl cub to jump rope, play tea party in house and school, and have all kinds of cub fun with. She could hardly wait to say hello. She skipped over and introduced herself. She's skipping over and introducing herself to the... See, there's this one chick right there. She's looking. She's like, huh, is she coming to me? And this other chick, she's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking go over there. Now they're talking. We're going to talk. Hi, I'm Sister Bear. I'm 6 years old and I live just down the road. Hi, said the new cub. I'm Lizzie Bruin and this is my papa, mama, Mrs. Bruin. I'm 6 years old too. May I try your jump rope? Can I do red hot pepper? And could she ever? Lizzie Bruin was the fastest jump rope her sister had ever seen. So apparently she took her rope and started shredding her own fucking business right there. I can jump to 1,000, said Sister. I can do 1,001, said Lindsay, returning the rope. 1,002, snapped Sister. 1,003, said Lindsay. Well, we'll just see about that. Let's have the jump off here now, said Sister. Let's not say we did, said Let's not and say we did, said Lizzie. Say, isn't that a playground over there? Last one there is a rotten egg, and off she ran with Sis doing her best to catch up. Look at how nice she looks. Wow. She's like, bitch, I'm gonna fucking play you down, motherfucker. Now we went to the sandbox. Well, said Mama, who had been watching from the window, the new cub certainly is lively, little thing. She may be just what Sister needs. Sister and Lizzie had quite an afternoon. They climbed to the top of the jungle gym, rode the seesaw, and pushed each other on the swings. We were in the sandbox now, Hans. They played tag. See, nobody has a fucking idea. But tag is fun. I like it. And rolled down a grassy bank and picked wildflowers for their mamas. It's fine. We're good. Why, thank you, Sister. How lovely, said Mama, putting her wildflower in water. Well, what's your new friend like? Her name is Lizzie. She's 6 years old. She's an only cub, and Sister said she's a little bossy. Oh, said Mama. Well, you certainly seem to be having fun. Oh, yes, said Sister. I had a lot of fun. A little bossy and a little braggy. And the next morning, bright and early, the phone rang. It was Sister's new friend, Lindsay. Look at her eyes, her new friend. Okay, so Lindsay is like, I'm trying to have my breakfast, baby. And fucking Lindsay, for some reason, I think there's something up with her. Look at her. She's like, Dee! Who knows what's going on with her in her head? Is she a psychopath? Probably. Let's go forward. Want to come over and play school? Asked Lindsay. Holy fuck. She's going to be a narcissist. Okay, said Sister. Bring some of your dolls and stuffed animals, Lindsay added, because mine aren't unpacked yet. So Sister gathered up some of her favorite dolls and stuffed animals and headed for the treehouse down the road. Come on here, called Lindsay from the garage. Lizzie is her name. Lizzie, as in lizard. Sorry, I was getting it wrong. It's Lizzie right there. Do you see it? Lizzie. Okay. My mama and papa are still fixing up and putting away, so we're going to play in here. Who did you bring? My best doll and stuffed animal, said Sister, and this is my special teddy, and I've slept with every night since I was a baby. So she's holding up this special teddy that she's fucking slept with since she was a baby. She's doing the wrong thing, by the way. Narcissist's gonna fucking mangle that shit right now. Let's go on. I might have just predicted the story. I'm reading this with you, babes. I'm going on the journey with you right now. Lizzie had set up the garage like schoolroom. There were boxes and the pupils to sit on, and their pupils. And there was another box for the teacher's desk. There was even a blackboard and a chalkboard for lesson. This is going to be fun, thought Sister Bear as she began sitting her toys in the box. That's when she heard the tapping sound. It was Lizzie tapping on the desk. She had a pretend pointer in one hand and a piece of chalk in the other. She's assuming control freak right now. She says, bitch. And that one chick, she's like, wait a minute, this is something, I don't know. Let's see. Please be seated, Sister. It's time for your lesson. We're going to put less on. Today I'm going to teach you the alphabet. The first letter of the alphabet is A. Now, just a minute, protested Sister. Who said you were going to be teacher? When I play school, I'm the teacher, and not only that, I already know my ABCs. Sister Bear, if you don't sit down this minute, I'm going to keep you after school, said Lizzie. Is that so? Shouted Sister. Well, if you don't give me that pointer, I'm going to keep you after school. See, I'm confusing myself now. What happened? Lizzie tapped the thingy. She had a pretend pointer, a piece of chalk, and blah blah. So the sister is protesting. Who said you were going to be teacher? When I play school, I'm the teacher, and not only that, I already know my ABCs. So she's starting to say, hey, bitch, you're not going to lord over me right now, all right? I don't know why you want to play this fucking game. You're a fucking control freak from hell, all right? So, what? Why the hell? That chick should just fucking took her stuffed animals and fucking just stayed home and said, I love my stuffed animal. Fuck that person over there. I don't even care. I don't know, right? Sister Bear, if you don't sit down this minute, I'm going to keep you after school. Is that so? Shouted Sister. Well, if you don't give me that pointer, I'm going to keep you after school. That's when Sister grabbed the pointer. Soon they were pulling around on the floor, wrestling for the pointer, which broke into two. Violence happened right there. Look, that one bitch right there. Look at this fucking shit. She is smiling. That bitch is smiling. She's fucking like, yeah, yay. Her, she's like, ah, tornado, help me. Ah, watch out. That's when Sister grabbed the pointer. Soon they were rolling and it fucking broke. Now look what you did. You broke my fucking pointer. We're doing Shauna style, getting towards the end. I'm not going to play with you ever again, shouted Sister, gathering up her toys. I'm going to take my dolls and go home. Sister's mad and I'm glad. That fucking bitch was a control freak anyway. She's doing a good job. Shouted at Lizzie and Sister marched out of the garage. Lizzie, Lizzie, in a tizzy, Sister shouted back. Because she's saying, I'm out of here, man. This fucking feels like I'm being tortured. And she's like, ah, she's pissed off. Because why? Well, because she's not getting away with it very much. Back so soon, Mama? Mama seems to know better. She's like, yeah, I bet you anything she fucking piled in with a narcissist. Just stay in your pajamas, bitch. Back so soon? Asked Mama when Sister returned, looking like a storm cloud. I'm never going to play with Lizzie Bruin again, shouted Sister. She's much too braggy and bossy. I don't need her to play school or anything else. It's much better playing by herself. When you play by yourself, now she's switching it. She's like, this is not even me, babes, but it's you too, right? She just went to you. When you play by yourself, you can do what you want when you want without having to worry about what Lindsay Bruin wants. That's true, said Mama in a quiet voice. Of course, there are some things you really can't do very well by yourself. What is that? Like what? I'm wondering what the fuck this woman tells this woman. You'd have a pretty hard time pushing yourself on a swing. I've always fucking swung myself. I disagree, said Mama, and I'd like to see you ride a seesaw by yourself. Now, the seesaw cannot be ridden by yourself. That's true. You'd have to get another fat bully on the other end. Fuck that shit. Those people are crazy. Most games like hopscotch and jacks are at least two to play, and it certainly is nice to have someone to laugh and giggle with. Right now, I'd say the bitch, she was not playing with me. She wanted to be a control freak, and then she started one-upping on me. Maybe so, said Sister, but Lizzie is too much braggy and bossy. Why does she have to be the teacher when I play school? It seems to me, said Mama, taking sister on her lap, that Lizzie isn't the only cub that's braggy and bossy sometimes. And of course, there is one thing you can do much better by yourself. What's that, Mama? Be lonesome, said Mama quietly, and that's when somebody knocked at the door. I don't know, Mama doesn't have the full perspective, but everybody's going to keep going, right? Nobody flew off the face of the earth yet. Not even me. Now I'm sitting there like a little girl going, what the fuck, Ma? It was Lizzie, and she was carrying Sister's teddy. When Sister took all her dolls and went home, she forgot her teddy. She said, and well, I knew it was her special favorite that she slept with since she was a baby, and I thought she might miss it. Why, thank you, Lizzie, said Mama. That was very thoughtful of you. That never fucking happens. My friend stole my fucking animal, and I was so hurt, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna let her have it, fuck it. I didn't say anything. I just swallowed it and fucking left. And I never fucking got close to that person ever again. But this person is bringing back the doll? Lucky her, that's amazing. Why, thank you, Lizzie, said Mama. That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you very much, said Sister, hugging her teddy. And you can be teacher if you want to, said Lizzie. Somebody is working something out right there. She's like, we didn't fall off the face of the earth, babes. I didn't realize you'd have a fucking trip about it. I mean, maybe she was reaching for that superior part, and just that alone in the room made them fight. You know what I mean? But now she's saying, you know what? As a superior part, also, no, I am superior than that fucking superior part. I'm saying that you can play this fucking stupid ass superior part if you want to, maybe. Because she just stepped out of the fucking small little microcosm. She just stepped and just looked at the big pictures and whoa, didn't know. But hey, no, hey, come on. Thank you very much, said Sister, hugging her teddy. And you can be teacher if you want, said Lindsay. Well, Lindsay's still controlling the scene right there, if you ask me. That's bullshit. To say, you know, I don't want to be fucking teacher and I don't want to fucking play your school game. Bottom line. Or, said Sister, we can take turns being teacher. Terrific, said Lindsay. Great, said Sister. Gather up her dolls and stuffed animals again. Last one back to your garage is a rotten egg. I don't know about this story. Do you? Let's talk about it. And off she scooted, laughing and giggling, with Lizzie scampering after her. It's still just a big manipulating scene to me. People are running back and forth and back and forth. I don't know. What are we going to do about that? That's the end of the fucking story. I mean, to me, it's not. It's just. It's God. We got to find out what the fuck happens later on. Is there a sequel?